was scary at first, you know, change is hard, you know what I mean?
For 10 years.
Meeting Dr. Wostrel, that was the first time we ever even thought about considering tapering off the medication. It was the first time a doctor's ever said to us, you don't need to have this. I've never had a doctor talk to me like this, like tell me that I could actually do something like this. And we left at that first appointment, and I remember going home and thinking, oh, we might want to find another doctor because I don't know if I can stop doing this, you know? And then when we came back for our next appointment, it just came out of my mouth like, okay, let's do it. I believe you. If you tell me that I can get through this, I think I can get through this. And there's never been anybody that cared enough to want to see us get off of that, because it's supposed to be a medication that helps you for a little while, and then, you know what I mean? There's a process, but it's not supposed to be a 10-year process.
Just from talking to him, you could see it.
Yeah, you could tell that he actually believed in you and cared whether you were right.
Yeah.
It wasn't, he didn't have an ulterior motive for wanting to help us do this. This felt very focused, like he cared about Graham and Vicki and what we were doing as far as our sobriety journey go. And that's the first doctor I've ever run into that I have felt that way about.
Yeah, with
to
this.
Even put it to us that way. Well, and I remember talking to the doctor and him saying, you know, you're going to be astounded how you feel when this is over. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna feel crappy. I know I'm gonna feel crappy. And that is not at all. He was right. I am astounded. I am astounded at how I feel, and I'm astounded at all of the things that have come back to me since letting that go.
Plus all the things
that opened up for us opportunity-wise. That's why I think, you know, it's good that he's a Christian man. He would pray over us when we were in his office, and we feel like because we started that taper off and because we did this big hard thing, a lot of opportunities have opened up for us, and I feel like there's definitely a correlation there. You could tell his heart was in the right place.
Yeah, and that means something too.
And once I took him seriously and then started to take that taper down seriously, everything changed.
I think once I started listening, he was telling us.
Yes, he was telling us. Once I started to listen to him, and
I had to work some stuff out in my head and tell myself it was going to be okay.
Because you're not normally approached like that by a doctor. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes him different. Is
it's rare.
Yeah, it's rare. And what people need to understand is he does have the education and the experience. That was another thing. You know, he told us about being a prison doctor and putting people on Suboxone and taking them off, and how it was done in a correct manner so that they didn't have, you know, withdraw from the drugs. And you don't need 9.5 years to learn how to be sober. I feel like I was deep in sobriety by year 2. I probably should have been tapering off this, but that wasn't ever put to us anyway, so we just continued
doing
down
what we
that
thought
road.
was what we were supposed to do.
Yep. I'm taking a medication, so I'm good, right?
I'm being watched by a facility, a doctor at a clinic.
Right. I'm not doing street drugs, so I'm
not seeking.
But
on
I
the
never
street.
really did ever feel sober. If you don't have the right people backing you up, telling you can't.
Some of my best lessons that I've learned have come with a little bit of uncomfortableness and pain.
Yeah. Well, and like I said in the office there, you know, he said one day, Vicki, you're gonna feel like you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. And I told myself that the whole time, all the hard days, like I would hear him say that and think, oh, he's so right, you're right. I just need to keep going, He was absolutely right. Everything he told us was absolutely correct. We knew what to expect though, because he was so honest with us about how we were gonna feel and what it was going to look like, and the fact that we could get through that. You know, he kept repeating himself, you're going to be able to do this. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen so that you're not going to be, you're going to know what's coming. And I think that prepared us. You know, we knew that if we just, and everybody here at the office was, even not just him, but the ladies up front, they wanted to know how we were doing every time. You know, where are you guys at? Are you doing good with the dose you're on? How close are you to the jump? You know, they were invested in our success, just like he was. And so that helped me on days because I knew that I wanted to be able to come in here and tell them, you know, okay, we're good, we're a week out, I'm almost there. And then coming in and actually telling everybody was, I'll get emotional talking.
Not only that, but our daughter we travel over an hour away to come down to see the doctor. And sometimes we have to bring our daughter with us. And the girls out there are so great.
They let her sit out there. They're so good to her.
They talk to her, you know. They don't just let her sit there and do her thing. You know, they interact with her and make sure she's good to go. So that's really neat too.
It's a different type of doctor's office for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We love it though. I do have such a relationship established with him, and I just, people need to know that he does care. And he's giving you all honest information, and he cares about your success, no matter what it is, whether it's with your health or with the Suboxone program, whatever. He actually cares about his patients.
I'm not 100% sure it would have gone this well with somebody else.
I'm glad that first appointment we left, we were discussing on the way home. You know,
I was looking
now I've
for
got to
other
call
doctors.
another doctor. He was already looking them up, and it's Providence because something happened in our hearts and our minds, and we came back and
So we're gonna drop down. What was it?
the whole strip. We took a whole strip away that
Mhm.
first time. Yeah.
And we were just like,
We
yeah.
were terrified, but every time we came back, we were more confident and more, like I said, I wanted to come in and I wanted to be able to tell them that I really was doing this because they were so invested in it as well, you know. I've never had a doctor care that much about me
I didn't
before.
think the timeline was gonna be right. I was like, it's like 2 months and we're gonna be good to go.
No.
Not after 20 years.
Yeah. No.
Altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong.
Yeah, well, I know. It's
Happily wrong.
Happily wrong, but like I said, we just had to start believing him when he would say that because
Kind of feel foolish I didn't do it sooner.
you do, I don't know, it keeps going back to this is a different type of doctor. I've always been, you know, it's like a herd of cattle. You just hurry up and get you on through, and I've never felt rushed in there.
Couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yeah. It really has been a life changer for us. Seriously.
Anybody trying to get off of this stuff, or anybody that just wants a doctor that really cares about your well-being.
Yeah. And it comes back to a doctor talking to you about taking care of your physical body and your mental, you know, taking care of that in good ways so that you don't need these medications. You don't even realize how much that medication tamps you down until you take it away. And I was one of those Suboxone users that said, you know, I may have to be on this my whole life. I can't live without a substance. I can't do it. But that's because I'd been told I couldn't. I was going to go right back to addiction if I took the Suboxone away. That's not what he said. You know, he's like, no, what are you talking about? You're 9.5 years in. You guys are living a whole different life. You don't need this anymore. This is a crutch.
We're not the same people.
And then, of
we were
course, when we
before.
left, we're like, you know what? He's absolutely right. What is the problem? Why are we still doing this? And it's because we had all those places before telling us those types of things, like, oh well, you know, you got to be able to trust yourself, and you might not be able to do it. And instead of saying, you can absolutely do this, and you can live to see the other side of it, and you're gonna be better off from it, you know. Even during the taper down, he would still say things like, you're going to be happy when this is, you're going to be so happy when you're on the other side of this, and you're going to know I'm telling the truth. And he was absolutely correct. Right?
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I'm just so thankful that pre-market physicians took over this doctor's office. I think we came here, I think the universe knew, right, where we needed to be. It just got us here just in the nick of time. You know, God had a plan to get us right where we needed to be, and I don't think it would have happened without meeting him. For real.
I've been to a lot of facilities, talked to a lot of doctors, a lot of counselors. I got out of the service, had a couple knee surgeries and threw my back out. Well, it got worse and worse and worse, and I ended up in the doctor's office. They were throwing painkillers at me, and that's where my addiction started.
Addiction is a slow creeping process. And the same with me. I had a car accident. I went out my driver's side window and my car flipped, and doctors were prescribing that, and then it got to be where what everybody was prescribing me wasn't enough for me, you know, and I didn't realize what type of personality I was until it was too late. I mean, I think it's a great medication. I just think that these places are using it all wrong, and they're not.
It's a great medication, just like they did with all the pain medicine. It'll take care of your pain, but the presentation was wrong. I mean, they tell you to take the Suboxone, but nobody's telling you can get off in a year, less than a year, 2 years. There's no they want to tell you that you just got to keep coming in. Some people don't get off of it. Some people have to take this the rest of their lives.
Listen, it wasn't a picnic. There was a week after that was just rough, and I thought I couldn't, but I had to keep telling myself, and I am so thankful that I did. My doctor has encouraged me the entire way, and I'm so glad that he did, because I wouldn't have even thought about doing it.
The staff, everybody was supporting you. From the time you decided to start stepping down or working with the doctor to step down, it was the whole staff was in it. You know what I mean? From checking in and when you get here to checking out.
They don't just take you in the room and take your vitals. They take you in the room, take your vitals, and ask you about specific things that are specific to you. Like, you know, they know you. And they know what's going on in your life, and they want to know how you're doing, not just how your vitals are doing, but how you're doing. You know, that's been a
Makes
huge.
a difference.
Yeah, it really does make a difference, especially with this. You know? Well, and I think the fact that everybody just, you know, the time factor. You know, we've never felt rushed in here. We've been able to talk about everything with him that we wanted to talk about, and we never felt like he was trying to get us out so he could get the next patient in, that type of thing. And that's the biggest difference I've noticed, is his level of care and the way that the office goes. It's not like they're just trying to get you in and out.
There needs to be more places like this, more doctors like this, more facilities like this.
Oh gosh, we should have done this a lot sooner. I wish we would have met him a lot sooner so that we would have been encouraged to do this, because I think our life would have been totally different. It's great still, but I think it could have been even greater had it been, you know, someone like this come across our path sooner. I needed to be reminded that I was stronger than I thought I was. You know what I mean? I needed to be reminded that this is absolutely something you can, because I remember him being very matter of fact with us. Like, you can absolutely do this. You're going to have 3 really rough days, and you're going to think you're going to die. You're not going to die, and then you're going to be on the other side, and then you're going to start feeling better and better and better and better. And it was absolutely just like that. I think he's just passionate too. Like, he's seen how he's seen people do this in the same way that he's trying to get you to do it. And so he knows that can be done, and it can be done in that way, and you can live through it. And it's been a beautiful process. It's been painful in places, but it has been a beautiful process of coming back to the real person you are.
It's definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Definitely worth it.
You know, find you a doctor that wants you to do this, and that encourages you to do this, because you absolutely can do this. You just need the right person in your corner to do it. And you're not going to find that in just any old place. It's strange to actually have a doctor care about you. You have to have that extra therapy and counseling to learn how to deal with your actual addiction before. And I think that's what happens with Suboxone, is that you are taking that for so long to stay confident in your sobriety. You think, I need this because I'm afraid of what happens if I don't have this.
Then you get in a routine and just showing up every month, you know.
It's just easier to just keep taking it. I just wish we'd met him sooner, to be honest. The addicts have that mentality that I can't get through my day without this. I can't get through my day without, and then you find out after you taper off, you're like, oh my gosh, I absolutely can get through my day without this. I wish I would have been getting through my day without this a long time ago. In the afternoons, I don't feel the same way that I did. I mean, yes, I'm tired, but it's not the same,
Not the same kind.
as when I was on that medication. I'm just blown away about how good I actually feel. And he said that. He told us that's how it was going to be. And I just needed to believe it. This has already changed our lives in such a powerful way.
There definitely needs to be more places out there like
for
this.
Sure. There was something divine happening, I'm sure, because there's no way. I mean, we were in the parking lot talking about how we were going to tell him, you just give us this one script, we're going to go find a new doctor. But when we came in, that's not what came out of our mouths. That's not what we
heard
ended
his
up
plan.
doing.
He told us his plan and told us what he wanted to do, and we just did the opposite of everything we talked about in the car.
But then every time that we came back here, we were more confident, more motivated, more on track. I mean, because he cared that much, because it was that important to him. I mean, I could feel him thinking about us when we weren't even here, you know? I mean, I never talked to I think I texted him one time when I was dropping off, and he had told us we could text him at any time. And I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna bother him, he's busy. Well, I did just put it out there. I was proud. I wanted to tell him, you know, hey, I'm on day 4 and Graham's doing real good. I just wanted to let you know how we were. And of course, he sent a super motivating message back, and I mean, it was mostly, you know, I'm praying for you guys, I'm thinking about you guys, and I believe that he really was doing that. It wasn't just when we were in his office.
I owe this place one. $1 million.
I just needed a doctor that believed in me and that knew I could do this and that was honest with me about it before I could actually do it. So glad we did it, though.
Agreed.
It's important because there are so many people, you have no idea, dealing with all of this, and it's, I always say on my TikToks, you know, if you don't tell anybody, you're gonna die alone in a hole. You need somebody to help you get out of the hole, and you can't do it on your own. And I just wish people did support each other more. It's refreshing to meet someone where it's actually about your health, and it's about you as a person. How can we help you feel better and be better?
Yeah, it was never about the money. Never about just bringing us in here and ushering us out. I knew it was coming from a place of concern and a place of passion, and the way he presented it just made sense to me.
Mm-hmm. We were scared of our own ability to do this, but like I said, every time we came in, we were more encouraged when we left, we were more confident when we left, and we knew that, you know, we were gonna have a good month, and we desired to come back and tell him because he was so invested. Once we started believing what he was saying to us, that's when everything changed, even in our taper down process. Something clicked.
Build confidence in that. Build confidence in yourself that you're gonna get off of it.
Yep.
Listen to him. Do what he's asking, and you're gonna be just fine. He's gonna make sure. I never doubted the process.
He built my confidence up every time I came in. I remember talking a lot about, what am I gonna do? I don't know if I can do my job without this medication. And he would always say to us, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. And you're gonna feel better when it's gone. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be like you think it's going to be.
Yeah, he didn't let me dwell on it for very long. Luckily, when Wostrel took over, God put the type of doctor that was going to tell us the things that we needed to hear to get us off of this program, and that's what happened. I don't know if it was divine intervention or God works in our lives like that.
Well, it has to be, because if it was any other doctor, they might not have told us that. And he has always been very honest with us about him being a Christian man, and I think that makes a difference even in the way that he cares for his patients, because it's like he said when we left the office, you know, it's about an inner conviction, and that's why he wanted to see his patients off of Suboxone, because he knew they didn't need it. And
he saw more in us than we could even see in ourselves.
That's That's right.